Don't you love it when things are just easy? Today, on the tactical perspective, I get to do a figure that's easy. Easy in that this figure has no actual relevance to Joe so much that you have to get right critical with him. He's an open book, an open-ended book, and you can write him any way you want. Hey guys, it's me, Krusty Old Crow. This is the Tactical Perspective, and today we're going to have a look at the 60th anniversary Recon Diver. Well, the Crow digs out some glasses. Again, the zero impact is that he is not part of a numbered series. Oh, that's amazing. Why couldn't they have done that with HasLab figures? But yeah, guys, we are back to that plastic packaging, the carbonite coffin, if you would, of wrestling figures out of their frozen exo shell. And between limp weapon reprints and manly weapons, this guy comes up more on the limper side of things as far as his weapon molds and whatnot. So these are supposed to keep them a little bit more rigid and flat. And yeah, I think it works on the more or less, but I would just make one piece of advice on the way going forward with these figures is do it over a large bin or something where the pieces will fall, because sometimes you'll wrestle with that plastic and you'll hear crack, 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 and all of a sudden you'll be like, where did there's 4 hands, I've got 3. But no, it's pretty effective packaging. There's the back, guys. I don't like to spend a whole lot of time on the packaging, but it does keep that side art theme going. If you face your boxes outwards, it's not standing out like a sore thumb. If you face them on a different angle, it might. But yeah, 60th anniversary, as you guys saw, I did the Action Soldier, or the Action Soldier last week. This week, this was the only new figure I went and bought from my local GameStop on a Thursday. The remaining of the figures I have this week are from my friend Jay and from Aaron. And also I borrowed a vamp. So you guys are going to see a vamp get reviewed by me soon. In fact, before I move on with this tactical perspective and talk about that Recon diver, I will say, in between, like, share, and subscribe. So like, share, Saturday morning with GIJoe. Tomorrow I'm going to aim for about 11:15. And we should put the vamp together. The vamp together. Yeah, let's build a vamp, guys. I have my friend Jay's vamp. He wanted me to do a review on it. He hasn't unboxed it. He is visually impaired, so he did tell me there's an advantage to having me do it. And yeah, okay, I get that. I'm like, you're running your risks, son. But I figure if we tackle this together, maybe the guys who have already assembled the vamps and know where the little stumble points are, you could help me if I get a little confused with how these wheels are supposed to go on so he doesn't get a rickety vamp. Or maybe we can discuss ammo cans, because I can't really picture that. Either way, we're going to do that tomorrow, Saturday morning, with GIJoe. What are we doing today? We are going to review the Recon Diver. So let me get you over to the new sets. And here we have them, guys. This is the 60th anniversary Recon Diver as I have them today. There's that little Bob Ross background thing that I was working on last night while I watched some Punk with Toys interview our good friend 3-Star Draw. Great video. You guys should have watched it by now. If you watched my RAM video, I told you to do it. Why haven't you done it? Go watch that. Yeah, this is my Wolf Island display, and it's a local area. If you don't know where Wolf Island is, you look no further than halfway between the States and Canada, in the middle of Lake Ontario, and there's Wolf Island. Anyways, this is who we're here to talk about today. Lasers! Not in his eyes. This Recon Diver, who I'm going to move closer to, and who's going to move closer to us if we don't drop the camera. And as you guys know, if you've been watching this channel for a while, watching it grow or do whatever it does. Oh, look at that. There we go. There's a shot. I like to usually go over the file card, what is known about this character. What did we have back in the 80s? Vice, what do we have now? And that usually lends a good amount of discussion while I drop dog tags everywhere, which I love those dog tags. I can't do that with the Recon Diver. The closest I could do is pull out my tablet right now and tell you all about the previous 60th anniversary, guys. But
I can't do that today. I didn't see the point of prepping a previous 60th anniversary. I wanted to look at just what this is and move this along because I have so many figures to review this week, including snow serpents now. So while I get the crappiest of camera angles out there, I'm just going to elevate the camera a little bit. We can say that he is the 60th anniversary Recon diver, and that every other anniversary they come up with some sort of Recon diver, action sailor. The four critical characters come out. So 50th, 40th, 30th, it all happened, right? So here we are at the 60th, and I think this is probably one of the coolest things I've seen them do to date, is making this guy. There we go. There's the perfect camera. Yeah, those are my McFarlane Navy in the background. I just thought they suited well the situation. But this character, if you don't have them by now, but I can definitely see why people troop build them. They do come with those alternative heads. So of course I'm going to step right into my head to toe comparison. And with the alternative head, you can have your choice of a blonde Caucasian male with the blue eyes, or you could have your African-American male with that steely gaze. Like, oh man, that's a hard stare either way. The frogman suit skull cap is great because it's consistent with what we saw earlier with Torpedo. He's got his skull cap on. If anybody was going to get an individualistic headset style, it should have been Torpedo. So I'm glad that they all came with their skull cap. Torpedo, this ain't about you. We'll get you out of that shot. As my set falls apart. Oh, my carefully constructed set. Nonetheless, it does show a lot of potential for troop building and for character creation, in that right away, once I had one, I wanted two more. One to do the Caucasian variant, and one to go to Loki Wartooth, get my shipwreck head, and make the V2 shipwreck diver variant. Just a great looking diver, lots of kit. And by now you've probably all seen these what's I call it? Reviews on this character, but I'm going to go over it nonetheless and just tell you that top vest is removable. If I were to pop the head off, which I haven't done yet, I actually haven't warmed this figure up. I haven't done any of the joint work. I basically unboxed it, went on to other projects last night, and then realized I had to review it today. But everything you see on here is a reprint from somewhere, right? So we've seen the backpack through Torpedo, through the Eel, but to the point where they don't even change out those hose points there anymore. Let me use the pointer. These hose points on the side of the backpack are still there, even though he doesn't come with any kind of hose system that needs to hook up to them. Well, what hose system does he have, you ask? Well, it's this one, right? This is a great mask, great hose system, and it's to the front, and that is another peg for that modular vest system that Classified is bringing into this line, so you can kind of mix and match components. I really liked that. I like that better than the side clamp hoses that connect to the back. I found they really kind of tug that mask upwards on Torpedo, so I prefer this actually, and I thought it was really cool. And again, you can see through those lenses. There's no tinting to the lenses or anything else. What else? So once that vest is off, you have that modular component vest. And I'm not going to bother pulling them out. I'm just going to show you. We have the standard stalker pistol with extended mag and silencer, which I always said this thing. Your laser pointer. This thing. I thought that was like a little handheld radio. I really did. I thought it was like a walkie-talkie, 522 set, one of these little small tactical radios. And then I saw it plugged into the end of the rifle. And I was like, Ryan, you just have not lived enough military experience. 25 years, and you never dealt with rectangular suppressors. How do you even call yourself a soldier? But nonetheless, he's got one of those. He's got the good old dive knife. We'll just yank this stuff. Dive knife. I love that fish gutting hook on there, he's good to go for self-sufficiency. If he can gut his fish and cook them over an open fire, he don't have to come home tonight. And yeah, there's the gun that we've got. I'm not pulling out that silly thing. So you got a peg here for that vest. If I were to turn them around, I'd remove all of this. So I just got his demo charge, exact same demo charges you get with the retro snake eyes. the 3-pack with the little dial fuse or time fuse, whatever it is. I love this little thing. It's such a neat little kit that guys can get. And I love the fact that some Joes come with over-the-shoulder kit, not just backpacks. I think that's cool. Tunnel Rat's another prime example. Over-the-shoulder man purses of devastation. But yeah, there's this little float pack. And then, so you can see it's not quite modular, but he's got these hooks on here, which I would wager are for these. Yeah, but could it also be? Look at how much utility this guy has. That's fantastic. We'll leave it like that. The up and down on this is that when we get into arms and legs, and head, once you take away layers, you are dealing with the maximum points of articulation that you can expect from a classified 6-inch figure of this design. So he's really bendy. He's going to look good underwater poses, good swimming poses, good beach fighting poses. Get him crawling through the mud, get him whatever you need, jumping up on the sides of boats, punching eels in the guts, all that sort of stuff. He's good to go for arms and legs. And overall colors, what you're looking at is probably one thing that I will say classified really does well is just making that plain but yet fancy enough frogman suit. So, you know, like Torpedo was one example. They did the traditional two-tone gray black, and then we've got the EO gray black red. This is as close to navy reflection as you need. You've got your rubbery effect with the colors and the textures, and then you've got a very, very dark engine gray contrasting just against this nice, beautiful flat black with that olive drab military green on there. That is one badass looking figure, guys. I will say that. So kit wise, yep, he comes to the stand. All the 60th anniversary come with one thing that Joe could never bring to the table unless they went retro, and that is a stand. Thank you very much for doing that. I do like that he retained that wrist tech. I will put that. It's one of my favorite features of having the good head articulation with Torpedo and having the fancy wrist tech. Is just the way he's looking at it makes perfect sense. So it's nice they carried that over with this guy and gave him something to stare at, equally intense. So the rest of the kit, as we see, you know, he's got that standard, whatever, AR style, whatever, European type boarding gun. And of course, he's got flippers, as every good diver should. The second one's on his back, clearly, right? And I did hook in that nonsense little reaction spear gun. It's a high tense elastic. It's not a charge, so the elastic's only gonna go so far with so much thrust, and then spear them something. Yeah, okay. I'm glad that they include it in the Joe collection, but God, you know, it's just one of those weapons you never look forward to getting another one of. And now you know I've got 3, but I guess it is kind of just essential kit for the diver, no matter how gummy and weird looking it sits. I understand its purpose. Fine, I can accept it. I talked about that demo charge. Let's talk about this. I'm assuming this is an underwater propulsion. I'm not sure. This looks like it clips in, and I haven't had a chance to really look at this, and nor did I watch a review, but I've got to find the receiving post for this, and I'm wondering if that is something I should have just done before the live. Oh, yeah, it goes right there. Ciao. Okay, so is that a camera? Did we ever settle the debate? Is that a camera? Is it a propulsion? It's got a bunch of gauges on it. It looks like a team diving gauge, like people can, yeah, I don't know. It does look like a camera and just kind of a situational awareness as far as where certain oxygen mixes might be or pressure levels. I'm not sure. Just a neat little ad, and I like that it clipped in there, and I like that I figured it out quick enough. And then you've got your main propulsion device, and I did see at some point, I think somebody turned this, and there you go. Why they include that feature, I don't know. It's not like they gave you a little spindle like the old water moccasin where you go free. Oh, it's so fast and real. But you've got your sonar, it's painted on there. That's nice. And that's clearly you know, he could have had another graphic put up here. It's almost like they, what's the word here? Cheaped out. It looks like they meant to have two graphics, one sonar and maybe one just a technical readout of some sort, or a map or something would have been good. Like a topography map of the underwater chasms he's going through. And then you got all your warning labels, which, here guys, pause the screen and read this. No, I will not be reading that anytime soon unless I just really feel like punishing myself for no good reason. But that is one boss piece of kit that have come with this figure. And it didn't offset the prices at all. Like, I mean, the Recon Soldier and the Action Soldier were the same price. Both featured a vast array of kit, a couple of weapons, a larger piece of kit. You know, for the Action Soldier was that 50 cal and that soft goods. For this guy, it's that extra vest layer, it's that propulsion stuff in the demo, right? So it's great to see that. Pardon me, I'm wrestling my cat to keep him from knocking my set over. He's winning. And then, of course, we got the dog tags, which we were seeing with the Action Soldier as well. And if anybody was looking to make a blood conversion, or they know the retro blood's going to come out without this collection of dog tags that the original classified one had, this is a great way to start building those up for no matter what you want them. You know, I'm not an FMG. I never let my dog tags hang out. They were always tucked in. My troops are the same. So there you go, guys. That's quite the mess of kit that you get on here. So as per usual, guys, I got to give this a play grade, attack grade, and I'm going to give it a creativity grade because I did switch things up on the last couple of tactical perspectives. And, you know, it's not an A+ system or anything like that now. Now we're out of 5, right? So on a playability grade, I'm going a full 5. They've given you enough features that you, especially those of you who grew up in the 80s with these things in that smaller size, and you were those ages of, say, 7 through 11, they gave you the pool toy, the lake toy, the cottage toy, the beach toy, the bathtub toy. You know, they gave you all that stuff with this guy. All that stuff you remember, which means they increased his playability a lot more than just sitting on your shelf playing, right, as a kid. Now, as an adult, what they've done is they've created a lot more crossover kit that could buff other divers that you have. They've given you the ability to troop build and just open it up with your own perceptions outside of Steel Core of what Joe should be augmented by, right? So you're going to get eventually pilots and another sailor, I believe it is, whatever that was. We're going to get those down the line. And I think the idea is involve your imaginations, clearly, right? So on the playability grade, I'm going a solid 5. On a tactical grade, I got to go... I don't want to give another solid 5 and say perfection. 5 never means perfection. I think 5 to me is just satisfaction. And, you know, the playability grade, it's easy to give a 5 to just because there's a lot of little secret cool things on there, like the back hooks and rigging things, whatnot. On the tack grade, he's got all the kit he needs, and it's all very well represented. There's no questioning this person's role or their ability to do that job, right? So I'm gonna give it a 5 again, and that is just reflecting overall satisfaction with the figure. And I really don't have anything to ding it on between all the kit that it gets, the playability maximized through the roof, and then the tack. Yeah, you know, this is nigh a perfect figure for me anyways, this and the Action Soldier. And then for the creativity grade, this is where, just out of spite, I'm going to drop it down to a 4. And the reason being is because while he is playing, there's no unit identifiers or whatnot. There is nothing associating him to Joe. There's no Joe logo, nothing subtle put on his kit anywhere that says, yo, Joe, right? Just Cobra kills from a repainted figure accessory set before. And I think when it came to these troop build types, maybe some sort of association to this fictitious regiment that we call GIJoe should have been included, even just in a small shoulder patch. And the other part about the creativity that Yeah, no, that's as far down. Okay, 4.5. No, it is well done, well constructed. The facial work alone and just the high detail. I'm not going to ding it where it doesn't deserve to be dinged. This is a very satisfying figure, guys. So yeah, 4.5. So 5, 5, and 4.5 on the 3 critical grades of play, tack, and creativity. Guys, that's going to sum it up for him for today. Sorry about the crappy camera work. As you can see, we're trying to make these things go better. But yeah, that's definitely something. Oh, yeah, right to the end of the video. Please like, share, subscribe, change my algorithms, grow channel, and do stay tuned. Tomorrow morning, Saturday at 11, I'm going to say 11:15 Eastern, we're going to do Saturday morning with GIJoe on the map. And hopefully soon we're going to make Shipwreck fit in even better as we continue to do thematic shelves. I got to work on a desert one, don't I? All right, guys, that's it for me. That's it for you. That should be it for videos for today, and then I'll get the rest of these banged out. But remember, I got snow serpents coming, tunnel rock coming, a vamp coming. I got to give the vamp back. I'm just kidding. Thanks again, Jay, for letting me do that one. More terrain, more. Always more, guys. Lots of content. So do subscribe, guys. It's free. You love freedom. I love freedom. All things in time. Yeah, but right now, all I need is just, I need you to understand that I want to spend my time with you. And if you want to spend your time talking about Joe, this is the place to be. And look at the crowd I bring in with guys like Aaron the Toy Enhancer, 3-star draw, joining in on the discussions with the Backyard Battlefield group. I mean, guys, it's going to work out. Those of you who stuck through, thank you very much. Those of you joining, thank you very much. And keep up the patience with me, guys, and I'll try and make it more worth it. All right? Take care. Bye.